Oh, we're alive. Okay, good morning from cloudy Leeds. Suddenly, we've had proper summer the last 2-3 days, and now it's cold, it's a bit windy, it's a bit rainy, and it's completely overcast. And good morning, Joan Strime.
Hello, Joan.
Oh, you're not getting dressed then? Okay, yeah. I very nearly put my jammies on because, not really thing now. Week 7, I'm bored rigid. I've got tons to do, as always, but it's like I'm losing the will to live. Is that the idea?
I don't know.
You just go to the local Aussie and hand yourself in.
Oh, that's probably why they're saying stay alert.
Stay alert.
Don't lose the will to live.
Yeah, that actually the new slogan. There's nobody listening, so I'm not going to talk now because there's only 4 people. I'm sorry, you're very very valuable.
He doesn't mean it, Joe.
Neil Pye.
Hello.
Yes.
Well,
I'm going to change my name to KeefCooks. Don't you think?
Nah.
Then you'll be Mrs. Pie.
Nah. Right.
Wife of Pie.
Oh, stop. I can carry on if you like.
No.
If it makes you happy.
Yeah.
Right. I had this good idea. If I'd actually done something with it sooner, it would have been even better.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, yeah.
The thing.
The thing. See, I got this little map.
It's little enough.
Because I thought, there's you guys, and there's the other guys who come every week. And I was thinking, they're all different places people come from. I've lost my pen. There it is. So I've got
a printer.
I've got my unlosable pen.
That you just lost. Yeah.
No, I mislaid it, but then I found it. Okay, right. I might have this organised by next week with pins and blue tack and goodness knows what.
Oh, okay. It's to put things in for where anybody is.
It's you.
Where's it going to go?
Oh no, I'm just going to wave it a lot. You'll love it. So.
Okay.
Okay. Joan, can I check? Are you in Florida?
She is.
Yeah. Right. So Joan's in Florida. Neil, where are you? Are you in Wales?
Don't say things like that.
Why not?
There's no evidence.
I don't know. Let's have a look. So there's Joan.
Nathaniel
There's
Evans
Neil.
from Bolton. We used to live near Bolton, you know. In Horwich.
Horwich. Yeah.
We liked it.
So
First, hey. Deplorable me from the Netherlands.
Yeah, you'll
you
notice.
You have to be a bit more specific than that.
Yeah.
Or what?
Well, it's like Joan's in Florida, all of it.
Yeah.
And then Nathaniel's from just outside Bolton.
Yeah,
so
no,
this is
really
our frame of reference because we're in the UK. So who's in the Netherlands? Who dat? Deplorable you.
Deplorable you.
Ah, okay. Well, we know somebody in the Netherlands in Hoofddorp. Hoofddorp, yes.
Practically at the airport, basically. Juice Banger 1 from Bangor, County Down.
Juice Banger 1. I think that's a really interesting name.
I've heard worse. Oh, I quite like it. Okay, Neil Pye.
Did I say I didn't like
Pye
it?
or Pye? Yes, definitely one of those. Farley Hill. Bonjour, dearest ones, putting down for France. Or it could be Belgium.
Okay. I might completely change what I'm doing here.
All right. Nat Evans wants you to put Bowron on the map.
Uh-huh.
That sounds like something out of Middle Earth.
Uh-huh.
Farley Hill, like Jonah and the whale. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Jeffrey Austin, good morning from Rhode Island.
Where the Reds come from.
Hello, Rhode Island.
Yo.
Elaine C. Come on, you're not keeping up.
I am actually.
Yeah.
She lied.
my assistant.
If you've just joined us, I want to know where folks are from. I've got a map and I'm going to use it. Not this week, but next week we'll have people on.
Farley Hill, yes, we can pronounce Scheveningen, and you spelt it wrong. I lied.
All right, Elaine's in Manchester.
Denton, Manchester.
I know.
You know, Manchester's a big place.
We're going to have to call it Manchester. I'm sorry about that, Elaine.
The map's like this big, and the stickers are that big, so it's going to be tricky.
Scheveningen. We've been through there, haven't we?
Scheveningen, yeah. Scheveningen. Yeah, I've been
Okay,
Scheveningen.
I'm going with Scheveningen. You're going with
Scheveningen. And Bobby Ricketts from Blackpool.
Woo!
Yay!
Oh dear.
Oh my goodness. And Richard Campbell from Dundalk, County Louth.
Oh.
That was me pretending I've ever heard of that. I've heard of Dundalk. I've not actually heard of County Louth.
Right then.
I'll just show you what
Let's have a look.
most ignorant English people know. Which is Nout. Aveningen, that's what I said. Okay, Brenda from Florida.
All right then.
Morning, Brenda.
Farley Hill. What is that? Imoiden. Guess?
Imoiden.
Imoiden. No, I mustn't do that, must I? Some names are just funny.
Yeah.
Right then. So we've got County Down and County Louth. Right then.
Okay, Amps 14 is Amber from South Africa. Okay, South Africa's a big place. We could get more than one sticker in there. If you tell us what town, city.
It's a wildlife map. It's got animals on it rather than a political map that's got all the names of the towns and everything. So I'm going to have to sit down with an atlas.
Oh, you have to tell us your prevailing animal then, don't you? That's where zebras come from.
See, it was an idea, but it was based on me sitting down with a transcript from last week.
Well, you could do that, obviously.
And getting ready in.
Oh, well, no, but then
time.
now we're going to get everybody's telling us where they are. So
exactly. So that's great then. Right, there you go. Dundalk's near Monaghan. Right. Oh, there's Brenda. Brenda. Oh, I've forgotten where Brenda lives.
Florida.
She's one of the Florida crew, isn't she?
Yes.
Right.
The original Florida crew.
There's Brenda and Joan in Florida.
Okay, look, Nathaniel Evans, a Bolton pie. Yes, you're right. It doesn't exist, but it should. Now, what would be in it? Mrs. here used to work for Greenhalgh's Bakery.
As a cleaner, don't get excited.
But I remember one Christmas.
Yeah, because I worked in the bakery itself.
Yeah, you came home with a load of samples of savoury nibbles they were going to do for Christmas, and we had to evaluate them.
It was tough.
It was awful.
Honestly,
yeah.
Things you have to do.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah, and Mr. Greenhalgh was there because one day he was in early, and I was using a floor polisher, so I'm pushing this like monster Hoover thing around and just getting on with it. And he stopped and he said, "You just bumped into that skirting board." He said, "You need to take a bit more care with our building."
And she says, "Oh, what do you think you are?"
Oh, so there's Brodie from South Australia. Okay. Yeah. In this map thing that I was reading, it was about Oceania.
Yeah.
And how Oceania is also known as Australasia.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually put the two together. But what surprised me was that you've got Australia and Tasmania and New Zealand and something else that I've forgotten down at the bottom. But you've got part of the little islands above. It's like half of Papua New Guinea.
PNG and that.
Yeah, but Only half of them.
Only half of them.
Only half is in one continent, half's in another.
It's all to do
Anyway,
with
does
your
anybody want
plates,
to talk about food
your
yet?
tectonic
'Cause-
plates. Brenda's in Milton, Florida, because she spelt it wrong. Fifth time.
Oh yeah.
Sam's channel. Just came across the channel last night. Found it very entertaining. Love the rabbit and bacon pie. Yeah, we should do that again. Except rabbits cost a fortune.
Right. My ignorance. So where's the thing? Right. Okay. So that part of there is part of Oceania or Australasia.
Oh no,
so
that isn't.
I think that's Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
Maybe that's Sumatra. Who wants to put me right? Come on, Australians. And you can also tell me if you live anywhere near where the Minmies, the Ostrosauruses, or the Atlas Copcosauruses came from. I'm not getting bored after 2 weeks at home.
I'm not either. I've got an International Space Station kit. Do you print it?
No, I bought it. And the stickers, you can put stickers on.
I want to print. I could print all those bits on the 3D printer if I had the files.
Smile at the people.
Hello.
They're here. Let's have a look. Tampa Bay. Valrico. I hope it lives up to its name. Does the map have indigenous animals? That one doesn't, but...
No, it had marsupials in Oceania.
No, that was... You were looking at a different one there. Yeah, this is... Animals of the world. Right, so what are we looking for?
This is a homeschooling.
Hello, I'm from South Australia. Yeah. Tampa Bay. Does the map have indigenous animals? Yes, Neil. I've forgotten where Neil's from. Put the piece of paper down.
Pie.
Arf. Yeah. I actually got this map specifically for doing this with you guys. I mean, getting all where you're from and everything. It just happened that the only map I could find in a general supermarket was a kid's sticker book. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, right. Nettle soup. The family has made nettle soup with wild garlic. Ooh. All right. Well, I can't say that floats my boat, but
I tell you what, though, we used to walk into town to go to choir, and we used to go through a churchyard to get there, and they had wild garlic growing there, and we used to pull the heads off the garlic and suck the nectar out. Didn't do that with nettles because you could get hurt, but yeah, it was nice. It was part of doing it.
All right, Cindy Murata. Hello.
Oh, hello, Cindy.
Can you tell us where you're from, please? Because we're compiling a list of stuff.
No, but it was Cindy who. What did Cindy ask you to do? It was absolutely flaming marvelous. Oh, Cindy, what was that thing that you recommended? It is a blur. He makes so many good things, but you did something and it was just to die for. What was it? Was it you that asked for the Butterburger? No.
I wouldn't die for the Butterburger.
No, it wasn't the Butterburger. Sorry, but I'm sure it was Cindy.
Yeah, but well.
Right, let's have a look. Mornington, Victoria. G'day. I'm only Mrs. Keefe, but I'm saying so anyway. Johannesburg called Germiston. So.
Germiston. Pigeons.
A zebra walking next to the highway. There you go.
Okay.
Joburg.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Sam's channel from Lanchester. That's not a place. There used to be Lanchester Poly in Coventry.
Mm-hmm.
Did you mean Manchester? No. Anyway, Larry Roberts from South Shields, Hinnie.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Cindy's in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah. But Cindy asked for a recipe.
No, she didn't.
Did she not?
Well,
your name was down.
No, but she says no, but fun video to watch. Daddy Island's the North Pole. No. No.
You can come from anywhere you like except for Antarctica. because they're showing the inhabited continents. And they said
There's
that
people live in
Nope.
Antarctica.
Oh,
It's still not.
Antarctica. No, what they said was it's got
They're on their holidays.
It's got scientists and people on their jollies, but nobody actually lives. There's no permanent population in South Africa, so I think they were just struggling to find space on a piece of paper for everything, so they left they left Antarctica out.
Hey, Brenda. I mowed the grass. I mowed the lawn yesterday.
Right.
It's an achievement because we don't have a lawnmower that works.
Okay, this whole map thing is Ken. This is actually your fault because
Ken, you filling names?
No, because Ken said last week that he was in Malaysia, and to my shame, I didn't know exactly where it was. Hang on, you can have a look in a minute. But shift your thumb. There we go. Okay, Ken, I found you. Where are we? Yes.
Okay, so what's the other half of PNG?
Oh, yeah.
It's Indonesia.
Indonesia. So if that's... hang on, what'll be the name on Oceania? Yeah, Papua New Guinea. Isn't that strange, though? Don't you think that that's strange that Papua New Guinea, part of this, is classed as part of Oceania?
Yes.
Whereas... what did you say this was?
Well, they normally have wiggly edges, don't they?
What did you say it was?
Continents. See, my memory is like...
I've taught him all I know.
Indonesia.
Indonesia, right. But Indonesia is part of Asia. Aren't these pictures just gorgeous? Look at that. Do you all recognise your homes? Because they all look just like
the pandas
this.
and that.
Utterly gorgeous.
All right.
So anyway, Ken, I'm collecting where everybody's from. And I'm going to put them on the map for next week.
Mike Whitcomb.
And
Right, I know
started it.
Mike Whitcomb. We're collecting where people are from or live. So we know you live in Italy somewhere, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And Farley Hill is in Luton.
Actually, Mike, where have you been?
Allahu Akbar.
Because
Assalamu alaikum.
Mike's not been for the last couple of weeks, has he?
Yes.
Was it last week he wasn't here?
No, he's always in,
Oh.
I think. Oh, Joan, Falafel. I keep meaning to make that.
Oh, yeah.
From-
I love falafel.
Falafel. Yeah.
Fluff.
Ken Hulo. Okay. Ken, where?
Legnano. Mike's in Legnano. Oh, happy Mother's Day in Canada, Julie Rogers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alrighty. Ken Hulo, we're collecting where people are located. If you can just drop us a note, please.
Yeah. Farley Hill, we've had folks that doing fireworks here as well. The Thursday evening, 8 o'clock. You can't call the 8 o'clock clap, can you? It just doesn't sound right.
Well, it is. It's just a
Salute. The 8 o'clock. See, right. So
noisy salute.
the Thursday 8 o'clock
Bong,
salute
bong, ow.
with fireworks instead of cannons. There we go.
Alrighty. Okay, so you don't need to write all this down, do you?
Because I'm going to do this later. Yeah.
Transcript. All right.
Right. Port Albert. There we go. There's Brendan. Yeah.
Hey, Cindy, I'm like that. I can't remember what I say. So it's a bit embarrassing that it's available for all the world to see.
Dear.
Oh, it's Mother's Day everywhere except here. Isn't that a shame?
Oh, that's the British for you. Got to do it a different way.
Wow.
Yeah, ours is in March. Mothering Sunday in March.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look.
Oh, flipping heck.
Easter weekend. I knew he'd been missing for one of them. There we go.
Bobby Ricketts asks, how do you turn a duck into a soul singer?
Go on.
Cook it till it's Bill Withers.
Oh! I'm sorry, that's just...
I've
got a really graphic imagination, and that's gross. But I like Bill Withers. It's a lovely day. Right. Oh!
Falafel with jam and cream, like a scone.
Martin Turner's got
Bleak.
snow. Where's Martin? I've stopped writing things down. No, I mean, where's he? Martin, where are you from? Let's have a look. Yeah, South Africa's got Mother's Day. Yeah, it looks like Britain's the only
Well,
one that
why
had
do
it
we
in
have a
March.
different day? That'll be that British
Just being
exceptionalism. Yeah, I bloody hate it.
Oh, look, there's JR from Dallas. Calgary. Martin's from Calgary. There we go. Right. Okay, so it's snowing in Calgary for everybody, and it's rainy wherever Julie is. Short-term memory. That thing again, Julie, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Right, and...
Mike Whitcomb, what's the loudest city? That's hardly fair, is it? There's only one. It's Cardiff, and that's not... Well, go on, then. Is it a joke? I don't know. What's the loudest city in Wales?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to make a terrible pun out of Cardiff. But that's the... Right, Martin. Yes. British expat, I think, yeah? Let's have a look.
Right. I've just seen the loudest city.
Bangor!
Very good.
Oh, I've been there, actually.
Bangor?
Yeah.
In Wales?
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice. And we went across the Menai Straits, and that was a beautiful sight to behold. And Bangor was where I stayed in a B&B and had tinned mushrooms on toast for breakfast, and it was just... I'd never heard of it before. I did. Oh, which reminds me, who was it last week that was asking about beef hearts? Was it Burst TT? No. Oh well, we'll wait and see if the beef heart gentleman comes on today.
Yes, we have a hearty story to tell you.
Arf, arf. All right.
And then...
What's that? Nathaniel Evans. Times of Heart.
I have a friend who's a dwarf. He's struggling to put food on the table.
I don't know whether I'm going to accept your
Yeah.
apology, Nathaniel, or just bar you.
We had a friend who was a dwarf, didn't we? He was like miserable git.
Yeah, well, if you probably had everybody all your life has gone hi ho to you as you walked.
Well,
in.
no, he seemed to live
off.
in this pub, and he'd just kind of, he'd bite people's bums. The people would be sitting on stools at the bar, he'd just bite their bums, and
that's actually a perversion, darling.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
or pretend.
Yeah. Oh, she's got pears and wine, has Rosalind, and she's waiting for Stilton. We've got Stilton. Keith's doing the second, do we call it challenge? Lesson of this photography course.
Assignment.
Yes. And so we've had some very nice cheese this week and also some Jarlsberg. Right.
Which I only bought because it looks good with all the holes in it.
You are not alone in Canada. Well, you knew that. But Happy Mother's Day, James. Gonna be nice to your mum.
Okay.
And whereabouts? We're finding out where folks are from, so I can put this on a map for next week. I'm going to be so sorry I did this.
And you'll get a cookie as well, and and then we'll sell all the data to Facebook or something.
We've got a food question.
I know. I'm ignoring it because I don't know.
All right. So anybody else? Farley Hill wants to know if you can use atta chapati flour to make bread.
It's not actually...
Isn't it made with...
It's not wheat, is it?
Chickpeas? What's chapati flour made from? Can't be reaching for Google. We've got people from all over the planet.
I know, because well, go on then. But...
Yeah. Oh, Cindy Murata's put in a request. Can you do some dadumps for Nathaniel Evans? She hasn't given us the recipe.
Hang on.
Honestly.
What?
Dadumps. It sounds brilliant.
Dadumps. That's not a recipe, that's a sound effect.
No, that's clearly got... Okay. If you saw dadumps listed on a menu in a restaurant, what would you think you were getting? Man about to speak about chapati flour.
No, it's made from hard wheat. It's got high gluten content. It'll be brilliant for bread.
Oh, there you go.
I should think. It doesn't say that, but I mean, it's good for, well, probably not like Mother's Pride kind of bread, but
You're climbing down from brilliant.
give it a go. Give it a go.
Yeah, our supermarket shelves were empty of flour.
Yeah,
again
Farley,
this week.
go for it. If nothing else, you'll have a lifetime supply of
Couple of
chapatis.
plants. Oh. See, Mike, I knew you hadn't been here because the plants were there last week, along with the putty tats. Have you seen them?
The plants
You
come
made these on the 3D printer. They're lovely. Can I bring them down, or is that going to ruin your image?
No.
Look at the putty tats. Oops, a daisy.
Oh no, well these are called Cali cats, and
They've even got tails. Look.
whenever you get some new filament, you print one of those because it's
For calibration.
2 centimeters, and so you measure it, and it's just a test because some of it is quite difficult to print with the unsupported tail piece that will quite often snap off if your settings aren't right. Yeah. I knew you'd be interested.
I think they're adorable.
They are.
What have we got?
Where are
James
we
Tryon
now?
says you can make roti with chapati flour.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, it was
Salmon on croûte. Salmon on croûte.
Yeah, we were doing. He did it. This is
It was
what
a disaster.
No, it wasn't. This is the point. Honestly, when I say to die for, I'm not kidding. Because he made it on the Monday, which is his cooking and filming day, and got to taste test time, and he said, "Just come and have your dinner." He says, "It's a disaster." I'm going, "What? No taste test? No, it's just, oh dear," and it just looked messy.
Awful.
It just looked a bit messy. I mean, when it was in the dish, he'd done a fish-shaped pastry on it with scales and a smile. When Keith draws fish, they always have smiles, and so it was ever so pretty. But when he sliced into it, it just sort of blobbed a bit. So we ate it. It tasted really, really nice. But the next day. We were just eating leftovers. So Keith had what was that stew? Oh, it was just a stew, wasn't it? Just a general stew that you did, and it was really nice. He had the stew, and I had the remains of the salmon en croûte in a bowl with all of that sauce poured over it.
Yeah, okay.
And microwaved it, so it was soft.
All right, okay.
It was.
All right, okay.
It was gorgeous.
It wasn't. It was. But
mine was
because I'd done it in a ceramic dish, so the pastry in the bottom didn't get cooked.
Well, it did, but it didn't crisp.
No, and the whole thing just fell apart.
But the next day, honestly, Cindy, I was blessing you. I was like, Cindy Murata, she asked for this. So, it's marvelous when salmon en croûte goes wrong. Marvelous.
Okay, we're a page
with
behind
sauce.
It. Right, Siam Girl 31. I guess you're in Thailand. We're collecting where people are located.
Fish and chips.
Good luck with the fish and chips. And if you want to tell us where in Siam you are, that'll be useful. Nathaniel,
do you know what?
The Marmite peanut butter, I haven't tried it. My son's tried it. He's still alive.
Does he like? Yeah, but he likes peanut butter, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I bought
he likes Marmite.
I bought it thinking it was a good, healthy thing for him to try, and he liked it. I think it's revolting. But I've got a jar in the fridge, and I've got my little bird recipe book, and I'm going to be using the peanut butter to make bird food. So there.
Okay. Yeah, Dwayne, and James Gocher, Ilkeston, that's in Derbyshire, isn't it? And Milton Keynes, that's in Bucks, and yeah. Okay.
Farley Hill. Last week, people were talking about freezing flour because and it was like, why? And it was in case it's got weevils
Bugs.
in it, it'll kill them. So that was a general conversation last week.
But we've never had a problem with weevils in rice and that, or flour.
Yeah, not in England, not in Spain, but we used to get it in the.
We knew somebody who thought that flour always came with weevils and that they were actually part of the product, and just cooked them with the rice or the whatever.
Well, they'd be tender, wouldn't they? By the time you cooked rice.
I never ate any rice.
Yeah.
Philip Atkinson, oh, for goodness sake. Hello from Rotherham. Yeah, pal. It's so hard to read Yorkshire. No. No, that's not.
Does that not work?
Well, no, because we're in Leeds.
Yeah, I know, but I think we should have washed that coaster before I showed it to that one.
I did wash it once.
Hand sanitizer pasty for lockdown. Let's not do that.
Hang on. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Spam musubi and chicken katsu or tonkatsu pork cutlets stretched in flour. Flipping out.
You got spam, didn't you?
I did. I
thought it was all right cold in sandwiches, and then you did it hot, and it was like I think what little flavour it had was lost.
No, but I'll tell you what I did get was special new packaging that's easy to open and get it out of, because I'm always whinging about that.
Let's look. Okay, Bobby Ricketts' best curry he and his wife had was in Fuengirola in Spain. A naval distress flare. It was as hot as
naval. I didn't hear that. I heard something close. Okay, so
I think that might be an answer to Nathaniel Evans' hand sanitizer pasty. I would imagine that anything that's got serious chilies in it would qualify as sanitized.
Oh no.
Come on, Keith. Tell Alan Pickett.
Really
how your day's been so far.
It's been glum because the weather's turned cool, overcast, a bit windy, a bit rainy, and not. And also I've had many chores to do today. Sam's channel. Chicken satay. I like chicken satay, but Mrs. doesn't, because she doesn't look like peanut butter.
I don't know. I'm getting quite tired. You can have satay. I'll just have a cheese sandwich.
No, it's just not right making food for yourself. Well, it is, of course it is. But
let's have a look. Let's have a look at Siam Girl. Born in Bangkok. Oh, right. Been in Florida all your life. Yeah, my mother was born in the United States, but
she says.
No, she was. And but when the Second World War was sort of looming, her father decided that he wanted his daughter to grow up in England. So they moved away so she could get bombed.
No, he stayed in Florida.
No, he didn't. So, yeah, born in one country and growing up in another. It's a strange one, isn't it? Staying with Thailand during the Vietnam War. Right. Okay. It's another Florida girl. So that's Joan.
Loads of them.
And this is going to get embarrassing. I've written it down. She's here every week. Brenda. Yes. Joan, Brenda, and Siam Girl. Right. Let's have a look. Lower Alabama.
Dwayne, Vegemite. Oh, I've had Vegemite. I think it was okay. An acquired taste, maybe, but yeah. Cindy, that sounds real easy. That spam musubi. Is there not more to it than that?
Joan, if you like chilies in your falafel, have them.
Yeah.
Of course it's going to perk them up.
Yeah, just be careful, because they pack a lot of heat, those red flakes.
Dwayne agrees with you. Vegemite's an acquired taste. But some tastes are worth acquiring. Think about the first time you ever had a beer.
I know. Well, it took a lifetime to. Well, not a lifetime, but it took.
20 minutes at least.
Well, no. Remember, this was in the 70s when beer was absolute garbage.
I still think, and I'm not a beer drinker, so maybe I'm not entitled to think this, but I still get the impression that most lads get a drink of beer at the earliest they possibly can and don't like it, but then manfully have to carry on, and quite possibly girls do too.
Oh yeah, but then you do find that you do like it actually.
There you go.
So.
Julie Rogers' son was born in Lahr in Germany, raised in Canada. So, were you in the forces, Julie? Was a language teacher? Let's have a look.
Rosalind Martin's got a lot of frozen spinach, babe. You like frozen spinach?
I do. I prefer it thawed and cooked. Yeah, I've got.
Flipping heck,
I've got spinach in.
Sam Girl, through a DNA test, has found out she's Irish, Scandinavian, and Thai. That's
wow.
An unusual combination.
Ah, it's quite remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vegemite is like dried out Marmite, says Mike Whitcomb.
Spam fried rice, Brenda.
Sam Girl says spam is very, very popular in Philippine cooking. And I think...
Is it a neutral thing that absorbs flavour? That's all I can think of it.
No, it's... spam?
Yeah.
No, spam has flavour. What it is, it's because of the US Army in the Second World War, when they had a lot of bases in the Philippines and in Guam and other places, and they lived on spam because it was a way to easily preserve meat. And so, that got absorbed into local culture. And
Joan, have you seen Rosalind Martin's question? What part of Brooklyn? All right, Neil then.
Brenda has heard spam called Korean bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Farley, I had a Breton grandmother. There you go. Not merely French, but a Breton. So, Celtic history.
What? I don't know. You never introduced me to your grandma.
Right. Okay, Julie, that is interesting. Yeah. I was asking Julie what she was doing over in Germany. So, military wife. I hadn't really thought of the term military wife until they started the military wives choirs over here. Does that program air anywhere else? Well, obviously not with our English guy, but I mean, is that something that's moved around the world? Fun. So look, Mike Whitcomb, Southampton, to Swansea, to Germany, to Tuscany, to Milan. Cool. I tell you what, I would have imagined people moving from Milan to Tuscany just on the basis that I understand that Milan is industrial and Tuscany is scenic and cheese. So I'm surprised you did it the other way around. There you go. Preconception. Oh, what did Brody say? Because it's somebody's favourite. Oh, yeah, Brody made spam hash and it was very good. And Julie Rogers says one of her favourite dishes from childhood.
Mm.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ken's using it in Malaysia. Creme fraiche. Have you ever made an approximation of creme fraiche? You see that question from
No, I haven't.
James Stenhouse?
No. Well, I mean, I don't actually know exactly how it's made. I've made yogurt. Yogurt's easy to make, but creme fraiche, no, I don't know.
Hi, William. No, you're absolutely right. We're not doing Flight of the Bumblebee. Do you remember last week?
Oh, yeah.
That was full on 3D printed today. So, right. I've forgotten where you from, and we're just asking folks whereabouts they're from, so I can do a map for next week. Well, I've got the map, and
next year,
next week.
Because we are so busy.
Oh, well, after next week, lockdown will be lifted. We'll be all on our way, and have to go back to the real world.
Alerts. Britain needs alerts.
Yeah. Go on, Julie, sing. Oh, that's the point. Cindy, are you in church?
What?
Right. I thought Rosalind's remark, spam low sodium, was a response to no choir here as of yet, because it just looks like it's musical notes. Spam. And she's off. Right. Spam and red cabbage butties.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah. Pickled red cabbage. Is it? I assume. Brody, that's my. I agree. He says it was my first time trying spam. It was oddly nice.
Well,
that was my yeah.
I there's nothing wrong with it. It's just got this reputation for being naff, and
no, it's okay, which is a lot better than naff.
Yeah.
No, I'm not knocking it. I just like
Rosalind Martin, butties, English slang
sandwiches
for
with
sarnie,
butter.
for sarnie.
Butter sandwiches.
Sandwich.
Yeah.
Sandwich.
Butty size. Ah, there you go, Sunderland. There you go.
Back on.
Right. Oh, she's off. Sushi rice. That sounds interesting. Oh yeah, you've got it there. He's already written it down. Are you going to answer the question, Cindy? Right. Oh, spam fritters. Now I remember that. I've had that. I like
I
that.
made it.
No, but I mean ages and ages ago as well.
Yeah. I made it and also did deep fried Mars bar in the same video. It was lovely.
You have to do it once in a while. Lockdown. What are you going to do? Deep fried Mars bar. Just a thought.
Dwayne, thank you. Instant creme fraiche.
So, who was asking? James Stenhouse. Dwayne Vladika's answered you. A small bit of buttermilk, mix it with fresh cream in a covered container. Warm place to thicken for a day or so.
Right.
That's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Buttermilk. Can we get buttermilk here?
Yeah. I mean, it might be a bit challenging right now, but normally we can. Yeah, which is stomach wilks.
Willies. Just keep moving. Right. Right. Cindy's answered my question. All right. Cindy's live streaming on Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Do you have a link for? Oh, you won't have, will you? Yeah, you will. Yeah. What's your channel? Don't know. William Ray, the sausages and pink slice. Was that?
Oh, mic's off.
Recent.
Bye.
Okay, bye, Mike.
Thanks for coming.
Sam Girl canning, I presume you mean like preserving, bottling, jarring. A bit. I made some pickles and jams and things, but I'm not obsessive about it.
And Christmas mincemeat.
Christmas mincemeat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Kat in North Carolina. Aw. She loves your content.
Good.
Okay. So William sent that last Sunday on the Facebook inbox. So
Okay.
ukulele lockdown.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
it's good that.
Okay, I can't imagine anything that Kraftwerk did played on ukuleles, and they're all dressed up. Can they see this?
No, they can't see it.
This is
The Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain, as like a Zoom meeting. So they're all in their own houses. There's a guy in the
dinner
bathroom.
jackets. Honestly,
Yeah.
he's standing in the bath, probably the only bit of space he can get. All in DJs and bow ties. So, if you like it, it's under the Model Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain.
I'll send a link.
Ah. I know his face. Oh, they're all doing that. You know that thing about playing your instrument? Utterly expressionless.
Well, it's a tribute to Kraftwerk because one of them died this week.
Oh, right. Okay. But that's it. They're all standing there, you know, dressed to kill and utterly expressionless. What have we got?
Yeah, Brenda, actually making spam from scratch. I just don't know
Olive
how
loaf.
you do it. And I don't know if it'd be worth it because, you know, you'd need a whole lot of chunks of lean meat and some fat and just kind of, I don't know, something and squish it.
Right. Jones trying once. Oh, the link. Oh, right. You can, there you go. That's it then, yeah. Bon on the Autobahn.
All right. Dwayne lives in one of the three
Edmontons. Yes.
Has he told us which one?
Yes, Alberta.
Oh,
Canada.
all right. Okay.
Steve, we were in B&M the other day, and you came out with a can of corned beef, didn't you?
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, plenty. No problem with corned beef or spam. The only thing I've not been able to get, well, the only thing that isn't around is flour and yeast, but I've got enough of that for now. Eggs, also a bit iffy, and Abbott Ale in cans. Not seen for 6 weeks.
Other formats are available.
Well, in bottles, yeah, but the bottle's more expensive. I don't like buying beer in bottles because then you've got a bottle to deal with.
So, Steve, if you pop over to Florida, Joan's got some corned beef you can have. That's okay.
Well, I did corned beef hash a few weeks ago. But pannacle tea.
I'll be back in a minute. Oh, you just wanted to say that.
No, I didn't. But, you know, yeah. Neil Pye, yeah, Little Richard. I actually was surprised that he hadn't died quite a long time ago. But, yeah, what a legend. What babaloo baba, what bamboo. Yeah. Jeffrey Austin, okay, thanks for coming. Maybe see you next week. Oh, and yeah, Roy Horn from Siegfried and Roy. That was a virus jobby, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, do you know what? I really don't like Facebook and the way it says you've got a new message and you go looking for it and you can't find it, or you know, it's Right. So it's not showing me any messages from. Oh. No, it's. So, babe, I'm losing the plot here.
Well, it's Sunday.
I know, but one should try to be a bit more entertaining than just wandering off and looking at Facebook messages. It's our new channel.
So this is. I actually had the stuff out, but Keith was determined he was going to wash the kitchen floor this morning.
You told me to. You've been telling me to for a week.
More like 3. Anyway. Anyway, kitchen floor. So I couldn't get on with it this morning, but yeah, this is a jolly little book. All sorts of categories. So thoughts for feeding the birds if you want to. Honey twigs, exactly what it says. Dip your stick in runny honey and then put some wild birds, roll it in wild bird seed. When it stopped dripping, you can go and hang them out in the garden for the birds. So there you go. Oh, here you go. This is what got me thinking. You know, and we were saying there's no flour to be had here. So this one is for those sort of suet ball things that you see, except this one's made with lard, crunchy peanut butter, and 5 cups of cornmeal or crushed stale cornflakes or Rice Krispies, plus porridge oats, sunflower seeds, and raisins. But I don't think I've ever even seen cornmeal. I'm familiar with corn flour, but not cornmeal.
Yeah, we don't.
And most of the recipes in this book.
It might be. Is it like polenta?
I don't know. Anybody? So, because I don't really want to be buying supermarket cereal, because we don't really eat cereal at all. So, you know, I actually bought a box of, what was it?
Cocoa Puffs.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was some nice thing that was wheat and bran and dried fruit all mixed up together with no sugar added, specifically to do bird food with. But
Right.
I don't know.
Brody, rabbits. I mentioned rabbit earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the one I eventually got, I think it was about £8, and it only weighed just over a kilo.
They are lean, aren't they?
Yeah, and also it was. I just got lucky, but I actually phoned 10 butchers' shops to see if they had any, and found one that did, so I reserved it for the next morning. But yeah, really not worth the effort. Rabbit, I don't think.
Nathaniel, it's really windy here as well, and I replanted hellebores last week, and I thought a dog had been in and dug them up this morning, and it wasn't. It was the wind had actually whipped some of them out. Let's have a look. Hi, William. Joan, the trouble with the Easter bunny is it's got bright yellow fluff, huge buck teeth, and big plastic eyes, so I wouldn't eat it either. What are you doing?
I'm trying.
Can you put them over there so that they don't disappear? So he's just moving things from one screen to another so that when he's looking at something else, I can still see what you're saying. Let's have a look.
Oh, then I have to make it big.
Hello, Pablo. ¿Dónde está? Because we want to know where everybody is and put it on a map next week. Right, Rosalind. Keeps doing stuff with the screen. Neil. Yeah. Behave, Neil.
Is he getting carried away?
Anyway, right. Dwayne, I think Keith's covered this. We're short of flour and eggs is getting a bit worrying, but about everything else, I think we're okay. Bye, Siam girl. I guess she's gone. Oh, we're glad you come.
Bye.
Honestly, it's lovely. Is this Rosalind's answer to a question? American and Hispanic calling its cousins. I've missed something.
Oh, you were talking about cornmeal.
Okay.
Wow, $20-$30 for a rabbit. No.
Woo.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not going to get much meat on a rabbit at all.
Oh, Dwayne, from my window, I can see, well, I can't see Leeds Bradford Airport, but I can almost, because it's just behind a ridge of trees, but we can see the planes coming down and taking off, except, you know, there's almost none. But I saw one a week ago, and it looked like an old Russian thing with propellers. And like a cargo plane, and it dipped down, and then just before it would have carried on to land, it took off again. Then 10 minutes later, it reappeared and tried it again. And so I went on that flight tracker thing, and found it, and it had been round about 4 times. And you know, the weather was okay. I don't know why it didn't land. But it turned out it was an RAF transport plane from Breeze Norton. And yeah.
It's probably social distancing at the airport means it's taking longer to unload things, so that the other flights
They only have 2 flights a day.
Oh, right.
And it's not exactly, you know, problem.
What we can always see at the airport is the orange glow in the night sky. So there's that permanent, very definite artificial light orange. So, pinhead oatmeal. That might work. That's probably about the right scale, Farley. Thank you. That's a good idea as an alternative to cornmeal.
All right.
So,
well, actually, I
fibre for the birds.
No, I've been trying to get pinhead oatmeal. I can't. And even when you can, it's a lot more pricey than your normal porridge oats.
You're more likely to see that on the health food stores.
Neil, the plane was probably using up the fuel before landing. I don't think so, because you know, if it planned to go from Breeze Norton to Leeds, that's like what, 150 miles. Yeah. You'd only want a teacup. So.
Cindy, about sending us the link, it's okay. We're neither of us religious, so yeah, we don't want your vicar tracking and finding out what you're doing when you're supposed to be listening to the sermon.
Where'd you get that from?
Here.
Julie Rogers. It may have been practicing not taking off and going around in a figure of 8. Yeah. But actually, it's an interesting thing, because I've been toying with the idea of getting a drone.
You can't see what he did there. He just put his hand across on my knee, and I don't know if it was a gesture of reassurance because he's not going to, because they're expensive.
They're not expensive.
Holding me down before I go, what? You heard it here, folks.
Anyway, and so I was checking out the no-fly zones, because the no-fly zones around the airport, and we are actually inside the no-fly zone, just. Which is like, it's 10 miles wide and it's 30 miles long. And I thought, that's just mad. But then, no, it's not. Looking at this flight path of this plane that was doing a figure of 8, it was going that far up and down.
Well, because they have to stack them, don't they? Not
these days.
Well, they used to when I was at Heathrow.
Oh, yeah. The Leeds Bradford's not that busy. But...
Dwayne's he used to have an AM VHF pocket radio, so he could listen to the airline pilots communicating. There's a program we like, and it's called The Repair Shop, and it's from, I think it's the Downland and Weald museum,
It's in
something
France,
like
babe.
that. I mean, WEALD, wheel. And last week there was somebody who, it was an old man who brought in the transistor radio he and his wife had when they were courting back in the early 70s, late 60s.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, I don't know, but the thing was that it was in all their photographs of them out together. They used to take this thing with them everywhere. It was a GEC transistor radio in a sort of an ivory and gold finish. And it was knackered, basically. So he brought it in, and the guy didn't do what we both said we'd do, which is take out the gears and put in a little electronic thing. He actually restored the valves and everything, and he got this thing playing again.
Yeah.
And this honestly, the guy, he was absolutely overwhelmed.
Yeah, I would just get
you can
get a fully functional radio circuit board for about £3. Just bung that in. It's very small. They won't even see it.
But he actually fixed valve, and he coiled. He was coiling wire, and he was testing things and checking for breaks here and there.
Right.
He actually prepared that.
Okay.
All right.
Grits. We have a cupboard full of grits.
We do.
Thank you.
Oh,
Brenda.
Joan. Thank you. No, it's Joan. Look.
No. Because Brenda sent us a food parcel. Brenda Rigdon.
Oh yeah.
2 or 3 years ago, and there was quite a lot of
grits
in it, and there still are.
Yeah, we tried them, but yeah, we didn't get back to them. Oh, brilliant! All the little birdies are going to love you. We had a female blackbird this morning resting on a bar so that she could reach forward and peck at the suet balls, because of course she was too heavy to hold on to the suet ball cage with her feet the way the sparrows can. And we get sparrows and we get dunnocks. That's all we get. We've got no starlings. I think they must come in late summer.
We rarely do.
No, but we do
in the house.
Certain time. This is true. No, but later in the, I'm just wondering if maybe they come here in the autumn. Sausage gravy. That sounds good. Right. Oh, right. Cornmeal. Yeah. We had it was called the Polish Club in the town where I grew up. Lots of Poles coming over, evacuated when the war broke out, and working in the steel mills. And so it was called the Polish Club, but we had loads and loads of Ukrainians in our school and hardly any Poles at all. It was quite strange. But yeah, I did like the Ukrainian food. I really did. Yes. Let's have a look. Hello, Nana. Good morning from somewhere in America, presumably North America. So, oh, right. There you go. So, Rosalind talking about grits. Okay. Tracing the development of maize from early indigenous Mexico up through North America.
Mm.
See, I think we've missed out here.
On what? On
well,
grits?
look, yeah, grits and shrimp and cheesy grits. Maybe I shouldn't be so quick to feed the birds with them. We ought to try some of these things. What?
Try eating again.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, red cardinals. I've only ever seen those in pictures.
All right. Farley Hill, ask air traffic control that I wish to bugger about in it. Well, I haven't actually got a drone, and it's going to be some time, so we won't do that.
Yeah, we're not moving. I'm just on the garden. So, Julie, we get blackbirds, and well, I said what we get, but just across the way there's a nature reserve, and it's a water reserve, and you should hear the geese and the ducks. They are so loud this year because, of course, no people are going down. So they've just got the place to themselves. And you can constantly hear that honking of these geese. And then you get ducks flying over. And for some reason, we've had loads of seabirds inland. We've had seagulls.
Yeah, they're
screeching.
lost. That's because there's nobody at the coast having fish and chips for them to steal. So they have to scavenge further afield. Neil Pye, Mrs. Keefe did not like the sausage gravy Keefe made. She preferred the packet from Brenda's parcel.
Neil, you home wrecker, stop it.
Joan Strine, well.
Well, Joan, if you've been cleaning out the fridge, you might be.
I think this
but then
might
you'll be fine.
Okay, because she came from Poland, Lithuania, grandma German, grandpa Irish. Okay.
No, that's not mess, that's mescla.
Yes, a mixture.
Melange.
A
Melange.
Yes.
Yeah. Poland, Lithuanian, German, and Irish. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a closer knit group than Siam girls thing. Oh, somebody.
Oh,
Stuart Reynolds. Hello, Stuart.
Thank you.
Has Stuart been on before?
Ooh.
Stuart, I don't remember your name. I'm sorry. We're finding out where people come from so we can put them on a map. Literally, put up a piece of paper
right.
here. Let's have a
Okay.
look.
All right. Christina Novakovsky, do we like potted meat? Yes, we do. I made potted beef a few months ago. It was fabulous. Nana's from Boston.
Okay.
Stuart Reynolds, damn you're late, but well, you made up for it, Stuart.
And where are you from? Right, Dwayne, let's have a look. Oh, look at this. A list of famous people with Polish roots.
Yeah.
Jeff Beck and Jimmy Page.
Who knew?
What? Jared Clapton?
What? They all had the same father from Poland. So they're like brothers.
Oh, wow. Seriously, Joan, you've got cranes round near you. Was it you that put up the note about the pond? I think that was somebody else.
Ah, look.
Mealy Pap?
Yeah, Mealy Pap. That's the South African sort of, cornmeal and that. Sort of like porridge sort of thing.
Oh, I see. So grits and that are similar types. Then.
Please don't request that I make it, because I just can't make anything with a name like that. It's
fair enough.
and not keep a straight face.
Farley, who's us? Right. Yeah. Let's.
The Polish helped the Brits in World War II. Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, ever such a lot.
Yeah. Right. So it was Julie that put. So Joan, Julie's got geese coming round and come back every year. Blue jays, cool. Yeah, there's a recipe here for something that woodpeckers will love, but you'll never ever see. We're too urban here. I've never even heard one down in the woods, actually. Nathaniel, yeah, wood pigeons. I tell you, I think wood pigeons are the most moronic sounding verbs. There's birds. There was one sitting on a television aerial across the roads the other day, and oh dear! But it sounds exactly like the one that used to be on the television aerial at the mother's house. I know it's a different one, but it's just that they always sound the same. They always do. Oh well, they can't.
All right, there we go. Stuart Reynolds from Glasgow, but lived in Toronto for the last 5 years. Okay, good stuff. Joan's children are even more mixed up. Their dad was French, English, American,
Indian. Wow. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I've just worked that out.
Yeah. You're there.
He was a mess as well.
For a moment there, Joan, he thought your dad would come from the Punjab.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Polish resistance was something else again. So here's Nathaniel talking about the RAF in World War II.
Yeah. And
do you know, how's this for ignorance? I'd never even thought that Galicia shares a Polish-Ukrainian border. That doesn't seem possible.
that's not the Spanish Galicia.
I was going to say...
It's not.
Well, yeah, but it's the only one I've ever heard of.
Oh,
Because I'm just trying to think. Well, the Spain bottoms onto France, so yeah, it's absolutely impossible, right?
Yeah, the Galicia we're familiar with is northwest Spain.
And this one's a different one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, is that actually, that's not a country now, is it?
Polish, Ukrainian.
Anyway, Brody, okay. Brody's off to bed. No, Brody. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, there's other folks. It's 6:30 in the morning.
I know, it's a
going
complete.
off to bed.
We need a flat world.
Thanks for coming. Oh, please, no. Because we'd all fall off.
Joan Strine. Do we have hummingbirds? I don't think we do.
Not in this country.
No, they dissolve in the rain.
Galicia. It's only listed as a region of Spain. Oh, wait a minute. There's a place called Galich, Galich, which is Russian Federation. That sounds like a candidate for that. 61F2.
Amps 14 promises never to request mealy pap. I mean, once tried to make it and his arm almost fell off and was chased out of the kitchen with a wooden spoon. Okay, good stuff. Darbo Boyle, hello. Birthday boy last week.
Oh yeah, I just got a question. If that's Moscow and that's Novgorod, is that Galicia? If that's Moscow and that's Novgorod, is that Galicia that you were talking about before?
No, it'd be much more south there. Oh, what? You want a political map, not the hills and mountains.
Yeah.
And Karen Daly, hello from Ottawa. Hello.
Procol Harum, look, there you go.
Yeah.
Hello, Tim. I didn't know the Vikings were alcoholic.
Oh, of course they are. They must have been.
No.
Aye.
No. It was just testosterone. Let's have a look.
Whatever.
Hi, Rosalind. It's been fun.
Tra.
Yes,
double Discworld. Yes.
I wondered if somebody would pick up on that. Keith actually ordered 4 replacement copies from eBay, I think it was.
Had been, paperbacks that had just fallen apart and I'd not read them for years. I just read the Discworld books over and over again and actually have got to a stage where I was getting a bit fed up with the ones I've been reading. 27 of them. I know. So I've got Men at Arms, I've got Mort, I got Reaper Man, and I've got one of the Witches ones. No, I didn't. I got Lords and Ladies, which I can't even. I'm sure I have read every single one, but I can't remember Lords and Ladies. So, yeah. Anyway.
I mean, I think Terry Pratchett was absolutely brilliant, but I made the mistake of trying to read the books in order, and of course his first book was his beginner book, and I couldn't get through it, and I've missed out really. I've read some of the Witch ones. I thoroughly enjoy those. Let's have a look. Near the Polish-Ukrainian border.
Yeah. All right. The Hummingbird.
Hello, James.
A guitar made by Gibson.
There you go.
Don't know that one.
Lviv. Right. I'll find it.
Oh, James Rockwood, hello from Liverpool. Oh, Brendan Buckley, born in Barnsley. How exotic.
Right.
Oh, Tim Hobbs, you can come again. Tim Hobbs has made 4 malt loaves this week.
Oh, yeah.
It's a winner. Dwayne says all his grandparents were born in places that begin with the letter B. Isn't that fascinating? Darbo Boyle, your missus thinks you're a geek. Well, that's not fair.
Why does she think you're a geek, Darbo?
It's got all the Discworld books.
Oh, you're a geek. Right.
Used to listen to the Moody Blues before going to school.
Oh.
Ian Gretsch, greetings from Malta. From Malta.
Hello.
Not from, yes. Hello.
I went to school with a Maltese girl. Catholic school. That was hence all the Ukrainians as well.
All right. Oh, we're back on Dwayne. We're back on pierogies. I've got to make pierogies, babe.
I think you've got to make pierogies, Keith.
Sometime.
I had it and I lost it.
What?
Lvov.
Are you still looking for
No, I found it and I lost it.
Outlander books? I don't know anything about Outlander books.
Oh, Outlander's no, I didn't know there were books. I didn't start watching the series. Hang on, am I thinking about right? Is this the one about the woman and she crosses over into the parallel world to the infinitely dishier fella that the unfortunate one she leaves behind? But yeah, I think that's Outlander rather than Highlander.
Oh,
So I really like that. I think it was a really good series, and I want to watch the rest of them. What?
Darbo Boyle says he lived in Oldham for 7 years. It's nice there, lol. Okay. Joan Strine's oldest son is the best pierogi pincher.
Pincher?
She's ever seen. It always helps. You mean he steals them as you try to make them more?
No, as in pinching. No. No, I thought you meant, well, yeah. I can't say pierogi knicker, can I?
Oh, you can.
He's not a knicker.
Of course you can.
Then. What happened to that?
Okay. Karen Daly recommends the books by Guy Gabriel Kay.
Is that Outlander?
Okay.
I had a friend who had all the Moody Blues albums. I can't remember the details now. It's a good 40 years ago. But there's one. As soon as I see the name, I can hear this big chord opening up. I'll have to go and find out now. But not right now, this minute.
Moody Blues, big chord song. Alexa.
Stop it. Have you got Alexa in here? What are you like?
Alexa, wake up.
Alexa, go back to sleep.
Alexa, are you having a nervous breakdown?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
That's ominous.
Oh, I've given up. I know it's on C3 and on page 59, but I can't find it. Let's have a look.
All right.
Dwayne, I give up for now. Let's have a look.
What?
Finding Lvov.
Oh, I thought you were looking for Galicia.
Oh, that's no. Galicia's not there. There's Galich, but then he said Lvov, so I tried that.
Right.
Shady Paths. Oh yeah. Ooh.
Plum pierogies. Brendan Buckley, how dare you say that?
Diana Gabaldon. Yes, yeah, that's the one. I've seen her name on the credits for the series. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was great. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sourdough cinnamon buns for breakfast. Oh yeah. David Franklin, we are so sorry.
Alexa, apologize.
Sorry.
You've got Taco Bell in Barnsley.
Yeah, that's going to be
Babe, we're moving.
Well, Brendan Buckley's going home. You watch it. Oh, I tell you what, Joe. I don't know about books always being better. I mean, we've got more books than we know what to do with. But
I know what to do with them.
But last night and the night before, we watched My Spy on Amazon Prime. Keith was telling me it was supposed to have been the big release, and but we actually thought it was going to be a series. So we'd watched about.
Thought that?
Oh, I thought that. So we'd watched about 2/3 of it, and it was like, go to bed. And we watched the rest of it last night. That is a really good, fun film, guys. So, yeah. CIA agent and an 8-year-old. It sounds awful, but this is not a cute little kitty. No, this is really good stuff. Anyway, I'm going to watch it again.
Darbo Boyle, My Spy with Dave Bautista. Yes, that's the fella.
I'm looking at David Franklin, his person of Amazonian background.
Alexa, you mean?
Shh, stop it.
I never mean to be mean.
Unlike some I could mention. Toe rag, stop it. Right. Okay. Yes, My Spy with Dave Bautista. We haven't heard of him before. I've seen his face somewhere, but that's about
he
it.
was a worldwide fond for nature wrestler bloke.
Oh right. He's good in this.
He is.
I mean, maybe it's the only role he could ever play, but I tell you what.
No, I think he's done
good.
other films.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we obviously are complete ignoramuses in the film biz, but those superhero films and that.
Oh yeah, don't
Marvel.
bother with those. But no.
Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy.
And the.
Never seen it, mate. Never
but
seen it.
It's a really strong cast. Absolutely everybody in it is great, and he's got a partner who's got the desk job. She's an analyst. And I can't remember her name, but I've seen her in so many films. Gets loads of work. Let's have a look. Oh,
Guardians
Do you know what? We should.
Guardians of the Galaxy was so cute.
Yeah,
and funny
and all sorts.
All right.
I've been looking for. I'm looking for, a funny series. I mean, I'm saying sort of like situation comedy, like Darling Buds of May, that sort of gentle humour, rather than a comedy show as such. But it's if you don't know the titles, all that
stuff is just of my head.
How do you mean?
Well, because I just don't bother with it.
Okay, let's have a look. The Expanse. Now, I'm not doing dark at the moment. If I want dark, we've got reality. Oh, I'll tell you what, though, reality. Friday was the spring bank holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't notice because, we're on lockdown. But neighbours across the way, sitting a sensible distance from one another with their fences in between, they had a very nice time.
It was also VE Day, which is Victory in Europe in the Second World War, 75th anniversary. So a lot of people were, celebrating that. And
we actually saw a socially distanced street party getting set up. They've got red, white, and blue bunting and red, white, and blue balloons and a little table of whatnot. And, people were managing. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Oh, when the wind blows. Yeah. It is amazing, Nathaniel. But as I said, I'll pass. Oh, yeah, Fleabag. Do you know what, Joan? I've never actually seen Fleabag, and everybody raves about it. We should give it a go. Let's have a look. Amps 14. Don't really know anything about anime, so maybe try Barakamon.
Darbo, we just go to one of our local Morrisons, the bigger one, because it's big enough to accommodate, sensible distancing, and they're on top of it, so I feel safe there, but nowhere else really.
I think the trick is always to have a big trolley, and then you can enforce distancing if you need to.
Well, if this goes on, I'm going to invent a hat, that'll be like a taser with a 2-meter perimeter, and if anything gets inside that, it gets a zap or
or
step away, keep your distance, my man.
Or you could we'd have to get two, so we've got double impact. You could get a great big party joke sombrero and a collection of corks.
All right.
And then you could have the corks dangling around the edge, and you could have a flip switch so that you could flip out little jingle bells if you wanted to as well. So if somebody was like still invading your cork space, even when you're doing this, you could just go and go, and that would annoy people, and they'd leave you alone. Try it, anybody?
Damn right.
Yeah.
Okay, Red Dwarf is huge. Yes, I enjoyed the original.
Loved that.
They're still going on with it on Dave or something. It's a bit naff now.
Yeah.
Dark Star, never not.
VE Day Farley twit.
Nuclear War.
We've been friends for weeks now, so I can get away with that.
Good fun, lol. Yeah, not.
94. My goodness.
That's good going.
I think that is absolutely marvellous when you've got, when you think about what those people went through, what that generation went to. It's really good when someone actually gets to live a really long life after that. Like, have a chance to make up for it. If you see what I mean. Let's have a look.
Driveway. Right, lost it. Right.
Let's have a look. Memorial Day, backwards episodes of Red Dwarf.
No. Driveway get-togethers. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that'll be what we've seen.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Tim Hobbs, Morrison's delivery from Amazon Prime. No, I haven't. And quite honestly, we've been going shopping like twice a week now.
It's a day out.
It's just get out, get some fresh air, and see a bit change of scenery. So not having stuff delivered.
And the great thing for me is that there's an outdoor garden centre. So we go with a trolley each. So I head into the garden centre. So this time I needed an immense amount of compost, and so I got a £3.50 each or 5 for a tenner compost to fill a big hole where a pond used to be, as well as a £4 bag of decent compost. So, you know, and he just left me the car key, and I went and loaded it into the car, and he went off and did his shopping. But yeah, it's lovely, and it's a chance to talk to people. You know, even if it's just, you know, oh well, whatever.
Yeah,
you can.
dribble,
You don't have
yeah.
to stand close. Right.
Brenda, are things getting better? On a global scale, no, we've got the second worst death rate in the world after you lot.
Third, I think. Have we overtaken?
Who?
There was the United States,
Yeah.
and then somewhere else, and then Britain, which got to
No, there's not somewhere
27,000. No,
No, there's also somewhere actually really, realistically,
27,000 last week.
50,000, because they haven't been counting deaths at home. They haven't been counting deaths in care homes.
But even without
Um,
counting those, and they should be, we're still coming in. We were coming in third for sure.
No,
So-
second.
Yeah, well, it's changed this week, and we've moved up. So there you go. I think that answers your question.
No, yeah, it's awful, Brenda. It's just this feeling that the government haven't got the slightest idea what they're doing, and they're lying, and they're manipulating the situation for their political advantage, and I don't like it. End of lecture. The human centipede, I've not actually heard of that film.
No, well, we can take a look for it.
Oh.
93 today. Now that is a Mother's Day celebration. Do you know, I was just thinking the
when's
other
that?
day
Yeah.
that going on average, it's like I sort of started thinking of myself as older, certainly, and you know the realization that you've got less time ahead of you than you've got behind you. Eventually, you know, you get into your 60s, like, okay, that's likely. But even so, I suddenly thought, you know, if I behave myself in a good way, enjoy life, not do daft things, I've got another good quarter of a century to go, I should think,
You might have.
at least. Well, I reckon so. So, you know, you have to sort of adjust your thinking. There's no point in pretending you're young, but if you've got the young person's perspective on what it's like to be old, you have to start rethinking that when you get older. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you?
No, yeah.
You were just waiting for me to stop drivelling, weren't you?
No.
But I do. I think we have to change our thinking, don't we? Because we will have absorbed some of that. And like all around us, all this whole thing about over 70s are still locked down, and it's all about old people. And I'm thinking, I've got grey hair, I'm over 60, but don't you go calling me past it just because I am literally old. I think 60 odd is a fantastic thing. But there's a whole bunch of us, aren't there? We had this conversation last week about who got born in 1957, 1958. 1953, we had somebody from 1948, and William, our millennial. Hello. So I just think it's fabulous. I'm going to shut up now. Right, Stuart.
Stuart Reynolds.
Bye.
What? Where? What?
He's got to go. Yeah, look, he's got to pop off because otherwise his missus gets grouchy if he doesn't do his chores. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, square
sausages. Oh, square sausage.
Just get some sausage meat and make it square. Yeah, I've done it. Yeah. I don't actually think there's enough in it to make a full video that anybody would want to watch. Really.
I'll tell you what, Stuart. There was the guy last week that was asking about stuffing beef hearts. Keith got some lamb's heart. Decided that just like getting the stuffing in there was just too much of a palaver, and so he did an onion, tarragon, mushroom, breadcrumb, salt and pepper stuffing mix, wrapped it in bacon, and cooked it in like little mini pie pots, and he did that, and you know, it was gorgeous. I said to you, didn't I? Although the mushroom onion mix, you can imagine, is quite squidgy, it looked like a burger to a degree, and I think it would have been fantastic in a burger bun.
Oh, the sneaky
But,
stuffing in bacon.
Yeah, because do you remember we were all
Yeah.
talking last week about what goes into stuffing? So that's what he did. As I say, onion and mushroom, and all the rest of it.
Right. Okay. Let's just whiz through these because we're getting
Let's
behind
have a
again.
look.
Face masks. We haven't been wearing face masks because we haven't got any.
Yeah, they are weird, but just get on with it.
Right. Grandmothers live to 98, 103. Good
Yeah,
grief.
her mum's 93 and her dad's 95. Go garden centres.
Darbo Boyle, when we talk about garden centre, what we are referring to is a small market garden farm, not a place that hundreds of people would be going around with supermarket trolleys. It's very much a little farm shop. You get plants and you get fruit and veg, and it's very spacious. It is a farm, not a building. It's just the building is just like a brick shed.
And everyone's being very careful about social distancing.
Oh,
but
yeah,
to be fair, Keith, I wasn't actually talking about Morrison's.
I'm talking about this.
Yeah, but he's saying about garden centres, which is what I was saying before. They've got a great big long building, and then they've got a little narrow section here. So you come queuing along here, and then you can peel off and go into the little garden section, which is about the size of a supermarket aisle, to be honest. And then there's a little outdoor section, and then there's the supermarket. But I mean, market stallholders are trying to get back into business because they're saying that, you know, the supermarkets are selling the things that they sell. So the supermarket, I mean, good on them at the supermarkets. They're actually there for us. But at the same time, there are other businesses that could be open, like public markets. And plant nurseries again. Well, I think so anyway. Let's have a look.
Right, I've lost it again. Okay. Joan, government relies on science. Science doesn't know specifically much about this bug, but it does know a lot about epidemiology and how these things get moved about the planet.
Can I just go back to Karen Daly? Karen, where are you? Where a one person per household rule? We haven't got that here.
Some shops have. I think Aldi have. The smaller shops.
Oh, I
If
thought
there's
it was
not physical space to get people in.
So the stores have done it as opposed to it being a government thing. Oh, right. Yeah, I think the big supermarkets. Hopefully there's somewhere near you where the pair of you can go, because it is actually like date night sometimes, because we feel a bit wild and renegade when we're standing side by side with our trolleys.
Darbo Boyle,
10 metre spacing.
Oh, I would hope it's much worse than that, but it's shocking. There's Boris Johnson trying to be Churchill. Come on, you know, it's not. No.
Yeah, we're dying or dying. What am I reading? Oh yeah, I am rereading Mistral's Daughter. Yeah. But that's one there. It's about people, you know, people finding ways to really live no matter what. But I don't think I've ever actually read any other Judith Krantz novels. It's just this particular one grabbed me, and I used to probably read it every 3 years or so. And then when we left England, it went to the bookshop, the charity shop, because I thought, oh, come on, I've read that 4 times. Enough already. And then I had to get it when I was out there. But this is the first time I've read it since we got back to England.
It is. It's been a long time.
So, yeah.
Right, Cindy Murata, will there be a video on the lamb's hearts? I think there will, yeah, because there's been a number of people over the last few years asking for, stuffed lamb's hearts or stuffed heart recipes. And so, yeah, this is kind of me learning how to do it, because I've never really cooked hearts before and been a bit scared.
Yeah, but he's got to do this because this
It's a
was
fact.
absolutely
Yeah.
delicious. Darbo, we've not had much luck with growing herbs indoors, but if you can get them from the supermarket greengrocery section, I got that array of herbs we've talked about in other weeks, and I've planted them outside. They're flourishing. The mint's huge. The basil stopped sulking and is now doing well. Coriander's looking a little bit tired. Dill's going well. It's all really nice. So yeah, stick it outside as long as they get plenty of water. Should be fine.
So some people asking, do we have to wear face masks? No, we don't.
It's been explained that when you wear a face mask, you are protecting other people from if you cough or sneeze or breathe on them or shout or whatever. The face mask doesn't actually protect you. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as I'm doing social distancing, I don't need to wear one. But that's my take. What about you? Because you don't wear them, but what's your reason for not wearing them?
No, well, the only thing approximating one is a woodworking. Well, it's a face mask for working in my shed with wood and dust and that. But it doesn't fit properly, and if I was sneezing or coughing, it wouldn't stop anything getting out. And
I go with the old technique. It may not be stylish, but if you're going to cough or you're going to sneeze, do it into the angle of your elbow, and that protects everybody. And I mean, if you've got such a bad cold, you'll have hankies and stay home anyway. Let's have a look. Oh, Darbo Boyle. That sounds like a mix, apart from not being able to go to Greece. Yeah, I was our son phoned this morning, and I was telling him, I said that there was a little get-together going on Friday, a separate get-together, obviously. At one point, I heard somebody say, right, so who's ordering? And she said, that'll be a loaded margarita, 2 gin and tonic, and then she a bit more, and then there was something about pizzas. And so there is somewhere a pizza delivery service that delivers pizzas and prepared drinks or combos or whatever. So Darbo, if your missus wants to expand a bit, she could probably make
Yeah, Joan, the WHO, well, as far as we know, it broke out in China. China sat on it for a long time.
Yes, they did.
Since then, the WHO have been, strenuous in their efforts to protect the world's population.
The British government was
many
warned.
Governments have chosen to bloody ignore it.
The British government was warned. I think the Cheltenham Festival went ahead against all advice. There was something there. I don't know, Farley, how face masks are a sign of respect. I think as long as we keep our distance, and also I think the trouble, I don't know if you've seen this, but I've seen that people are talking to one another much more. And I've noticed that because we are doing social distancing, what we're doing is we're smiling at complete strangers by way of, God, look at us, what a stupid way to be going on, but it's what you have to do, isn't it, sort of thing. So in a way, there are advantages to this. But and I think face masks, they look alien. Though I did see on Amazon loads and loads of Amazon and eBay and what's the one where people make their own stuff? There's a big online Etsy homemade pretty face masks, because people are taking their children out to the shops with them, and you've got little floral ones and ones with duckies on and all sorts. So people are trying to make them friendly.
Yeah, and I think they're not the proper thing, but we can't get the proper thing. not even for people who desperately need it, whose life and job depends on it. We can't, the world's 5th largest economy cannot provide a face mask to a nurse. That is just the most shocking thing I've heard of in my lifetime, actually. Sorry, getting going again.
Yeah.
Let's change the subject.
So Darbo, I agree. Well, I don't think it's even the case that I agree with you. It's just it's a known fact that our government was so slow to respond, but it was deliberately slow. Honestly. Let's look at bleach solution. Okay, that's a good idea. Right. Darbo's put, what pizza do I want? So, we're just, well,
is it on
because I
offer?
was talking about pizza before. Oh, right, because his missus
getting
makes
delivered?
them. Yeah. Where does he live? I've forgotten.
God. Australia, I think.
And has his missus heard what he's saying? So we were not going to go there because you like being married. Come on. Yeah, Joan, I think you're right. Etsy, yes, guys. Oh, do you know, I love Pinterest. I've got all sorts up on there. Let's have a look. Hang on, stop in the middle of the aisle. Good God. Do you see what Brenda's put about someone yelling at her in the supermarket about social distancing? So she yelled back, "Stay at home, woman, and shop online, you fool." I like your reaction. I haven't seen anybody lose it. I haven't seen anybody like that at all. Yeah, Dwayne, there is this question of the second wave. In Germany, I mean, I'm behind the times now, but I know Germany was worried because they seem to be getting into a second one. Let's have a look. People answers. Do you know what, Darbo? What you said about swearing's less dangerous. I think when basically we're all trying to play nice, but we're all anxious. As I probably said last week, I've realised that the absolute most dangerous thing I do every week is go to the supermarket because I can't control what happens there. And you can come back really tense. And I think when somebody loses it or is swearing at people, everybody else around is affected by that, and it just ratchets the tension up. So I don't know what the answer is for you, but that's my feeling. I don't know about you, but if I hear somebody going off on one or yelling at somebody else, I respond, it's, should I help? Are they okay? Or just stop, whatever it is. But that's my reason for keeping it fairly quiet. So let's have a look. Oh, Brenda, that was terrible. She's only been out 4 times since the beginning of March, and then she gets yelled at. So, yeah, I do like a margarita, Dwayne. And last week, as I was saying, Keith made that 5-cheese pizza. Hey, you could do that again, couldn't you? We could see if Jarlsberg works.
No. Somebody has sent me a recipe for a no yeast pizza dough.
All right.
So I think I'll try that.
It's just scrolling down.
Right, where are we again?
I don't know. It keeps scrolling down.
Okay,
there's some
good.
question about how do you
up.
rate me as a cook. Keith doesn't rate me as a cook. I hardly ever cook, so there you go.
Double Worthing. Okay, well that would be about 4 or 5 hours. Get on it. Come on.
Neil, I'll be doing my bird food recipes today. Well, recipes plural. I shall do 2 things with bird food, and that's about it.
Down, hello. Pajama fairies.
Yeah, I missed the bit. What were you saying when you said wish you could do your bit but one-handed not possible? Is that
she had a stroke, I think. Only one hand working.
Oh right. But what is it you wanted to do? Let's have a look.
Anything.
Oh no!
What?
Darbo and his birthday. There's also the plan to get married.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know one of the guys at work? He's been planning his. I mean, this is a fella talking about his wedding for a good year, and it was supposed to be in July, and no, it wasn't. It was supposed to be late April, and they've postponed it till next year. What? But we don't know how this is going to last. But do you know what? As long as you've been together and you're happy, keep going. Oh, yeah. Dwayne, I did not mean about wiping your nose on your sleeve. Oh, for heaven's sake, that's just ridiculous. Let's have a look.
Jack Crow, hello.
And Liam, thank you. A pourable pizza dough. Favorite food memory from your childhood?
Oh, crikey.
His mum was a good cook. That's not what that was about. He's spoiled for choice.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, yeah.
My mother was not interested in cooking. Mostly, I think, because there was 7 of us, and it was just a case of, cooking loads all the time. So, we had stuff that filled us up, and it was all right. But my dad, he loved cooking, and he only did it occasionally. But I know that there was one Christmas, so yes, this would be when there were only 4 or 5 children, and we had a 7-leg turkey for Christmas. That was how he got around it. Yeah. Yeah,
Farley Hill Morrison's food box delivery. Yeah, I've seen that. It looks good. But
yeah.
I prefer
but we were saying we'll actually like to go out shopping and see what's
stuff.
what.
Yeah.
Advice on adding water to my pastry.
Oh, right. Yeah, that could. Yeah. yeah. A bit more. The Jack Crow having making pastry that's turned out too stiff and won't roll properly.
Okay.
So yeah, it's going to be the proportion of liquid and fat to flour.
I've just seen Cindy's suggestion about margarita pizzas and margaritas.
Yeah, I always
like
get confused about those things.
Ah, okay. Nathaniel Evans, drinking too much with this lockdown. Me too. We've been getting some bottles of wine lately, and honestly, they sat in the cupboard under the stairs for weeks, and I think we got through 3 bottles in 3 nights. It's like, when I say we, Keith has a glass full, and then there's me. And what was it? The other night, that was the Pecorino.
Yeah.
We had a bottle of Pecorino.
You did.
And yeah, I did.
I had a thimbleful.
You liar! You poured first, but they're big glasses. So he had a glass, and then he had a beer. And so I was drinking the rest of it. Oh, it went down beautifully. I absolutely loved this. Got a picture of a sheep on the front. Got it from Morrison's. Really, really nice. But then I was drunk. I mean, I wasn't just tiddly. I was full on drunk. And we went through to the living room because we were going to watch Barbarella, which I've never seen. And we started watching it.
Oh, here we go.
And I was just exploding, erupting. Any more details, and I'll be very upset. Honestly, I was shrieking with laughter. The legs were going. It was just, oh God, I could not stop laughing at anything. I mean, literally, when you're running out of breath, but you can't stop laughing, and there's a bit that hurts, and you can't stop laughing, and your husband's trying to get off the sofa, and it's like, oh, I couldn't. We watched maybe 5 minutes of it.
Yeah,
and
maybe 10.
We had to switch it off because it was too funny. I couldn't cope. And no, but I was still drunk.
I don't know if you thought it was funny. I think you just go into a sort of hysterical loop where anything would have been funny. It's like, a nuclear bomb just went outside.
But honestly, I was absolutely smashed. Because you remember, I stood up at the end of the film and I was staggering.
I wouldn't call that standing. Anyway.
I remember the last time I got drunk like that. It's years.
Right, Davo Boy, Flinders Crispy Pancakes. Yeah, Well, yeah, I actually made those. because I remember them from kid time, and yeah. Amps 14, you're under
Goodness.
hard lockdown. See, in Britain, our lockdown hasn't actually been. I wouldn't call it a lockdown at all. It's just been advice to stay at home as much as you can, but you're allowed out every day for exercise.
20 minutes.
You're allowed out every
No, but
every day
that's
to go
official.
shopping for essential items, which I take to mean anything that's available in a shop that's open.
I think the lockdown we've got is at the right level. The problem is it, well, as Joan said, too little, too late. If we'd had this sooner, everyone's just complied with it.
Yeah.
Well, majority.
Right.
have a
Yeah,
look.
we're supposed to be off that. Anyway, okay. Jack Crow, where we're both stationed.
We're both.
Where are we? We're in Leeds.
Yeah, Leeds in
Yorkshire,
West
England.
Yorkshire. Yeah. Jam roly poly. Oh, they did that at school. It was one of my favourites.
Mhm.
Oh, I loved that. Oh yeah. Going back to favourite foods, have you figured out what was your favourite childhood food?
I kind of think it was a stew of lamb breasts, which is really fatty, with barley and leeks and suet dumplings.
Sounds pretty good
Sounds
to me.
bloody healthy. It probably had carrots in it as well.
Whoa.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. Pancakes, homemade pancakes. That was one of my favourite.
Oh, right,
things.
right.
Let's have a look. Scouse.
Right, yeah.
Let's have a
Miles
look.
behind again.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, Liam, friable pizza dough. That sounds gross. Anyway.
Well, if he's oh no, he's saying he's seen it, not that he's tried it. So, Darbo, I had to learn to cook all over again when I was 18, 19, when I got to university, because in our house, you take a £5 bag of potatoes and you'd peel the potatoes and you'd boil them in the big pan, or you'd make chips and everything. I had no idea about portion control for one at all. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Okay.
Scouse.
Bren, Scouse. Who doesn't love it?
Yes, absolutely.
Bacon dumpling. That sounds interesting.
Oh, that does sound them.
Jack Crow in lockdown in Saudi Arabia. Woo, woo, woo.
Can you
How
tell
can
the
you
difference? Oh dear. Yes, we were a bit. It's predictable, but you knew we were going to say that.
I spent 1 year on a bachelor contract, maybe 25 years ago, in Riyadh. I still haven't recovered. My goodness.
And our son and I went out for a fortnight to visit him. I had to buy an abaya, and I could go out because
you had a chaperone.
Yes, my 4-year-old son was my chaperone. He was male, so he could protect my whatever. But what stuck in my head was walking into the first floor of a department store, and the book section had a big sign up saying, "Ladies are requested please not to enter." But it was what it was.
Okay, Darbo Boyle says, Keith, I know you've not heard this for ages, but you are the English Colonel Sanders. Darbo, you are probably not familiar with my comments section, where every time somebody makes a comment that says, "You look like Colonel Sanders," I increment the number, because I'm counting, and it's currently 2,400 and something, and I give a link to the video that I made that addresses this topic, where I dress up as Colonel Sanders and make Keefy fried chicken to their secret 11 herb recipe. So no, right,
Darbo, it's not going to happen. I'm going for meditation rather than drink. Actually, again, we're not really here to advertise Morrison's. We should talk to them about this. Anyway, but they've got this scrange of best wines, and so they're moderately priced, and they are good. But the whites come with screw top bottles, so I'll remember that. So as in future, we'll get through half a bottle. That'll be a glass each, and I put the lid back on, put it away for the next day. Decided.
She has some ideas. All right, we're miles behind again. Okay.
Crispy
Duran.
no,
Right, shoot.
oh, that one. Yeah.
Pork belly stew with soy sauce, hard-boiled egg. Yeah, yum. Brenda Duran, yeah, from Barbarella. Do you remember Tony Blackburn, legendary Radio 1 DJ in England, who he played a single by Duran and announced it as being by Duran because he's thick and he'd never heard the name spoken. Anyway.
What was I reading the other day that had Duran in it?
No, it was
That
in
was a
Barbarella,
character.
babe. It's in Barbarella.
Oh, was it? Right, that was it.
Okay.
No wonder I had hysterics. Right.
Nathaniel, apparently, Drunk Mrs. KeefCooks isn't going to be made available anytime ever. She
So
thinks.
there you go.
La, 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 la. Oh, Tim Hobbs, well done. He's made my crispy pancakes.
Absolutely. And leftovers for lunch the next. This is one of the great things about him cooking. It's like he always does enough for the camera, for the video and for photographing and all the rest of it. So there's almost always leftovers. Brilliant.
Yeah. Farley Hill, you're 70. I've got you down as like 17.
There's that photograph of him there. That's why.
People cheaty
I
with
was
their
thinking
icons, their
23.
avatars. Yes.
Hey, Farley, I don't fear the Reaper as long as he's quick. And I have no wish to meet him for, I say, good 25
all right.
years.
Yeah.
Fresh donut.
Russell Gibbon, it is an odd film, right? It is an odd film. And, well, we'll have to try it again because when you're not absolutely pissed out.
Oh, yeah. We're going to, I thought we were going to watch it tonight because last night we were watching the rest of My Spy.
I mean, I think it's rubbish, but that opening sequence where she gets her kit off with green screen magic, it's well, you know, things all right.
Okay, right. Oh, I've just realised something. I assumed they'd worked out a weightless room for her.
What?
So was she all on wires?
Oh no! I don't know if I've got a fake memory of this, but I think you old Brits of my kind of age might have seen on Blue Peter when that film came out. They did
not show Barbarella.
They did. They did, and they showed you how it was done. But just a clip, not
No.
Yeah. But a green box on a green floor with a green wall behind it, and then somebody with a green glove pulling your boot off, and that.
Oh, right. Because I didn't get the impression that she was sort of slowly rotating and rotating back again on wires.
Oh, it was damn clever for its time.
It was. Honestly, I really thought they must have.
That's the only reason I want to watch it. Is, for the technical aspect of how they did it. We're talking too much crap here, but
we're not talking. You got men all across the world going, oh yeah, I must watch that out of scientific interest. Honestly, girls, it's hilarious. Well, it is for the first 5-10 minutes. On film, yes, right. I reckon it will be. Yeah, well, jam roly-poly, you've got to have it with custard. Absolutely. Right. Oh, can you just go back again? Back. What was that? The Road to Wellville. Peter Cook and Dudley. Oh, Bedazzled. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at those.
I don't know.
Right. Jan the Nan. That's it. Making Jim jams. That's what she was saying. Well, I hope you get the use of your hand back soon. Oh dear, Nathaniel. Yes, trying to stay
you
safe.
said last week, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to shoot them all.
Right.
Oh God, Philip.
Again, chicken casserole, a few different vegetables. Oh, made Yorkshire puddings. Is that better than writing it in Yorkshire language, mate?
Oh, hang on. Nathaniel Evans, everyone's been making my full English pie on Reddit. Send us a link.
Oh, wow. Nathaniel, talk to Joan. Right. Derek Clive type skit.
Well, us. Well, where they're like sitting at a table in a pub,
All right.
totally garbage.
And then what happens?
Dudley Moore usually gets his terriers.
And then what happens? Talking Heads, that TV series. That's it's back with some additional, there's some new material.
Alan Bennett.
Yeah, including something he's written specially for now, because of course they can record them at home. So I don't know how they're doing makeup and hair and whatnot, but it's back. Right.
Friable pizza. Well, that sounds really bizarre. John Strine got to look Bolton up, Bolton, Lancashire.
I used to live and work there. It's a nice place.
We've done that. Well, it was okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's an actual town that's got a sense of itself, as opposed to just being a reproduction of every other city.
I'm not laughing about Bolton.
Right.
I never got any sense of it having any sense of itself.
That's all
really.
right.
But because we lived in Horwich and I loved Horwich, but the town Bolton, not so much. Jack Crow.
I should confess.
What?
I meant Oldham.
You meant Oldham?
Oldham's where I was talking about.
Crikey.
Because I used to live and work there.
All right.
And we used to, yeah.
Okay, well, I can say I've never been there.
Yeah, wasn't Bolton one of these places that got flattened by bombs, or was it just flattened by planners? Because it had. No. Okay.
Right, Jack Crow, you're in Saudi 20 years, only came for 6 months. Well, I expect you're making tons of money.
Can you speak Arabic? We didn't bother learning. I mean, we were in the UAE for a right long time, and I just didn't bother because everybody spoke English. And afterwards, I just thought, you stupid woman, the stuff you've missed out on, honestly.
Jack Crow again.
Yeah.
It's similar chicken restaurant like KFC, but it's called Abdul Saunders. I don't believe you. I really don't.
Music spin on a Friday night.
What does that mean? Music spin on a Friday night, like dance in the living room. Okay. Oh, we do that all the time anyway.
Yeah, but we're not going to do it on camera because we're tired.
Oh no.
Right. Let's have a look. Tim Hobbs cooking for
skipping.
Okay. I can't say that, so it's okay. It's Bunty. I am so confused. Right. Logan's Run.
All right.
Oh, right. Yeah. Do you know The Great Race? That is probably really good. Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon, Natalie Wood. Yeah.
I know a joke about Natalie Wood.
Water.
I'm not going to
Stop
say
it.
Water. Honestly, there's so much stuff. All right.
Oh, so you've gone to Saudi from Egypt? Yeah. Jan the man. Sorry about that, Jan. Yeah, minced beef stew and I've got to tell you. Listen, this morning, was it? Yeah, this morning as part of he did a medium English breakfast.
Oh, the
morning.
murder breakfast. Oh,
yeah.
Goodness.
So I requested him to scale it down.
All the leftovers in the kitchen breakfast.
So partly it was the stuffing ball from the heart, but he did this wonderful tomato-y beanie thing. So it was borlotti beans and passata and half a tin of tomatoes and what else?
Onion.
Tell them what else, because this was really,
onion
really nice.
And some salt and some sugar and some hendos, Liam Perrins.
Henderson's. Liam Perrins.
And just saute the onions and chuck it all in and just cook it for about 15 minutes. And Yeah, it was all
There
right.
you go. Yeah, half-done tomatoes, passata, onions, Henderson sauce, sugar, salt, borlotti beans.
Yeah.
Honestly, it
Oh, and
was yummy.
mozzarella, grated mozzarella.
Yeah. Oh, it really was.
Okay. Favorite takeaway dish: fish and chips. Cute movie. Lug. Actually.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Frito chili pie. That sounds. Yeah.
Oh, a coffee sponge. Hello, Hilary Gray. Hilary, where are you calling in from? Because we're going to mark things on a map and see who's where for next time. Because everyone keeps coming on every week. Because I'm from there and I'm from there and I knew this one. Anyway, a coffee sponge. Do you know what? Coffee cake.
You don't like coffee cake things, coffee flavoured things, unless they're coffee, or is that me?
That might be you.
Okay.
And you're not keen on coffee.
There you go. All right. All right. Okay. That sounds yes. Right. Neil Pye. Any chance World War II rationing recipes? That's a very good question. No. But I did. You got me a book. Didn't you? That was a biography of Lord Woolton, who was the Minister of Food in Britain during the Second World War, and he wasn't a politician. He was a businessman who had made John Lewis rise from one store to, a massive thing. And it just happened that he was at an event, and the Prime Minister, the war had just broken out. The Prime Minister was Neville Chamberlain at the start, who was a useless tosspot like the one we got now. And he invited Woolton to become Minister of Food. And Woolton says, I'm not a politician. I am. And, I'm not an MP. So how can I be in the cabinet? And Chamberlain says, oh, we'll have to make you a lord. So they made him Lord Woolton. And so then he could sit as a member of the cabinet. And he was stupendously successful. Anyway, so I've done one rationing recipe, but he did invent some disgusting things. But the one I did was hominy pie. Was that World War?
Ooh.
Or was it Glamorgan sausage? They're both like vegetarian. But
yeah. Hominy pie was in my
you could stick bacon in.
Vegetarian cookbook years ago.
Yeah.
I like it very much.
All right. Anyway, Cindy Murata, is passata like tomato paste? No, it isn't. It is much more liquid. It's tomato paste is probably a reduction of passata. Passata is just tomatoes squeezed juice.
So it's basically just
tomato juice.
Yeah, except it's not like tomato juice that you drink.
No. Yeah. Anyway, okay.
Carrot cake. What is not to like, Mr. Juice? Yum, yum, yum. Coffee barbecue rub. Ooh, that sounds good. Let's have a look.
All right.
Brenda Rigdon, what's Nelson Squares?
Sounds like an address.
Yeah, Brenda again. Passata like tomato sauce. You see, I'd say tomato ketchup. But
No,
again, it's not, is it?
It's not. It's
Have you got any in a jar downstairs? Have you left?
It's in a box. It's not a good idea.
Okay. This is like me and cornmeal. Yeah. Noel Edmonds, Tony Blackburn. Yeah.
Didn't understand any of that. Julie Rogers, okay. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah.
Tell your mom she's famous because we've all heard of her.
14 sourdough starter is not the same as fresh yeast, because you're going to use, maybe a cupful of it in with your dough, whereas fresh yeast is compressed. And I've got an idea of where Mrs. KeefCooks just disappeared to. So you don't need to use a lot of fresh yeast to get it going. Yeah. Passata. Yeah, I mean, I'd never actually heard of passata. We didn't get it here until about 10 years ago, I don't think. And it's very, very cheap and very tomatoey. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It says on the packet. There we go.
They should have brought the little jars.
Smooth Italian sieved tomatoes. Ingredients: tomato, acidity regulator, in brackets, citric acid.
Oh, all right.
Tip it.
Oh,
You have to lean it. And I'll just do that.
There you go.
Can see it's not as thick as ketchup, but it's sort of a little bit grainy. So
There you go.
stick your tomatoes in the blender. Plum tomatoes, I expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of watery but granular, and you can tell it's not got all the other stuff in it, ketchup.
I smell that.
Can you pop it over there for now?
Really?
Of course you can, Malcolm. Right then.
Okay.
This is that slice that Ben was talking about. Stale cake mixed with other things and spice pressed between pastry, then baked. Oh, okay. That is leftover pudding. Let's have a look.
Nathaniel, the link to the Reddit full English pie, you just said to Google it.
Amnesia soon. We don't actually know the difference between Cornwall and Devon way of eating scones.
Oh, one
I
is
like
jam
scones with
first,
butter
one
and
is
jam.
cream first.
And you like it.
Okay. Those things, those kind of ideas, those little controversies or controversial things really annoy me. They do. But I've started one, not deliberately, but I made a video a year or two ago that was somebody asked for a Kiwi pie, a New Zealand pie, or an Australian pie. No, a typical Australian pie. And I did some, asking around on Facebook, and don't have any Australian no, I do, but I ended up making this minced beef and cheese pie and calling it
Australian pie.
an Australian pie, but it turns out it's a Kiwi pie, and it's very.
He just worked with the information he got,
Yeah.
and there's been a storm of protest back and forth ever since. But it's one of those things you can.
Yeah.
You were asked to make them, weren't you?
And
so you researched them.
That video's coming up for 150,000 views. I mean, it's terrible. I just let them get on with it. Anyway, I don't know why
Joan, I think she put it's Bren's Den. So so I think Bren's Den is her webpage. Brenda, are we right?
That's what she calls her.
Yeah, no, I think Joan's got it mixed up with Burns and Scotland.
No.
Let's have a look.
Joan, no.
Oh, Nicole, you're not the only one from Edmonton. Who's the other one?
Oh, you got
Oh,
this.
was that Brendan?
Anyway, look, guys, it's 20 past 4.
Oh my goodness!
We're supposed to be stopping at 4.
Do you remember when I used to keel over about halfway through?
Yeah.
And now we just keep on going.
Yeah. Oh no! I've got to think about cooking their tea.
Ooh,
I know.
No. I'm cooking for birds first. See, this is my thing.
All right, you do that.
So Nicole, I'm awfully sorry, love, but we normally just do 2 till 4. So you've caught us when we should have gone by now.
Yeah. So
It's been fun, hasn't it?
yes, it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Go on, find a way to enjoy yourself on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. And thanks for watching. And see you next time.